What's up guys, Josh here. Today I had to bring up another sad topic, unfortunately, because that's what, everything's about these days, with cars slowly converting from gas to electric and whatnot. But at least you got a happy video about the F-150 Shelby Raptor coming out. So hopefully there'll be more of those to come, but this topic is going to be like a huge kick in the groin once you hear what it is. So today's topic is Chevy is getting rid of famous LS7 V8 along with the LS427 and 570. So to be honest, it's even sadder that they're getting rid of an engine completely. That engine was in a bunch of Corvettes, Camaros, and a bunch of other, Chevy high performance vehicles and things like that. So it's really, really sad to see it go. So the last of the orders started earlier this year, in January of 2022, and they're going to end in December of 2022. So once the end of the year comes, you can no longer get a new LS7, 427, or 570 engine. So that really, really sucks. So it seems like the V12s and the V8s are like kicking the bucket first with the EVs, slowly stepping into the plate, and pretty soon it'll be the V6s and the 4-cylinders, but that'll be probably like, I would say, if I had to predict, probably about another 10-15 years. Well, they want to start making all EVs, all electric cars by 2035, so that is when they're going to start the absolute latest, so be prepared for that. So this report was spotted by a Redditor on the forum Cars. So what he did was, I guess he saw somewhere, and the 7.0 liter Brute has been marked discontinued on Chevy's website. Very sad. Along with the cheaper LS427 and 570 that I just mentioned. This was all confirmed by a Chevy spokesman in an email sent to Road and Track, which Road and Track got the news and they released an article as well. And so the news has been unfortunately confirmed to Road and Track by email, so it is definitely true. It is not a rumor. So yeah, another great engine bites the dust, along with the V12 and the BMW M760i and the Aston Martin Vantage with the V12. So, but the V8s and these Chevys are ending sooner than the V12s and both of those other cars, so that's a bummer. So the Chevy spokesman told Road and Track that Chevy plans to finish all orders until its inventory for all the engines has been completely finished. So I would say no absolute later than mid-2023. You're very likely not going to be able to find a new LS7 engine because they'll all be scooped up, especially with this news going out there right now. So get your hands on them while you still can. Now, in the production stages, General Motors has used the LS7 engine in the C6 Corvette, the 5th generation Camaro Z28, and the Holden HSV W/427. So they had quite a few cars to really play with that engine. So this engine has been used as a crate engine ever since the abandonment of one of Chevy's plants earlier in the past, and you can still, get this crate engine online right now at the time of this recording and get other V8s as well, so as a brand new engine. And all you'd have to do is, it's an engine swap. All you have to do is take your original engine out and put your LS7 engine in, and boom, you got an LS7 motor. And there you go. So the all-aluminum engines feature titanium con rods and intake valves and is good for 505 BPH, meaning brake horsepower. Now, for those of you who don't know what brake horsepower is, just in case you don't pay attention much to cars. Now, brake horsepower is the horsepower of an engine measured by resistance offered by the brakes, meaning how much power that the brakes have to offer. basically. So it represents the most useful power that the brake machine can develop. So for the electric motor, brake horsepower is the mechanical horsepower available at the shaft at the specified RPM at the full load capacity. Kind of like this, high performance brakes, like brakes on a normal car. A normal car, I'll say, is like, for example, I'll use like a Honda Civic. They have normal brakes. They have like a normal horsepower rating. So it stops decently quick for what it is and the type of brakes it has. It doesn't stop like right on a dime. But a high performance brakes like Brembo brakes, on the other hand, they have a higher horsepower brake rating, so they're able to stop the car in a much shorter stopping distance. So you get kind of like where I'm coming from with this. Anyway, moving on. So it's also a cool thing to check out. About a year and a half ago, I'd say maybe more so from this point, came along a little of a less complicated version of the LS7 that swapped dry sump lubrication for an easier to package wet sump setup. This is supposed to be even more powerful than 562 bph brake horsepower, and this engine looked to be the LS7's replacement for years to come until EVs, finally took the place of internal combustion vehicles. It was just like a surprise to just, see it canceled, and after seeing it quickly started. So it was known as far as June of 2020 that the LS7 engine was going to be phased out. At the time, it was assumed that the LS427 and 570, equipped with 570 horsepower, were going to take its place, but that didn't seem to turn out to be. It was believed because it had an upgraded camshaft and a cheaper price. But according to Chevy, both of those engines are officially done as soon as the LS7 is. So there you have it with that. Though all these three engines together are going away at the end of this year, Chevy's plans remain big, with constant plans, new ideas, and things coming out from time to time. So, you want to stay tuned for that. I'm not too sure what, but find out soon enough. But aside with that, Chevy still offers dozens of great engines that make lots of power through its performance parts program. One of those engines is the ZC632. I'll tell you a little bit about that engine just so you get an idea of what it is. Roughly 4 months after the time of this recording, Chevy has released the most crazy engine yet. This is like Dodge Demon level, so to speak. Probably just a little bit more than that. Chevy trying to compete with Dodge Demon? Yeah, man. So, yeah. Chevy trying to be like Dodge too. So this CZ632/10,000, this CZ632/1000 produces a whopping 632 cubic inches. Now, anyone outside of the US, because people outside of the US use different measuring, so that would equate to you as 10.35 liters. That would equate to anyone outside of the US as 10.35 liters. So I've never seen it, so I can't tell you how big it is. So also develops a staggering 1,004 horsepower. Now that is like a little above Dodge Demon level. So that is fast. Not as fast as a Koenigsegg Agera or the Hennessy Venom F5, but, it can still move for what it is, so that's really cool. And speaking of brake horsepower, it comes out with a whopping 990 brake horsepower. Tell me that isn't high. So, if you want to look at more about this engine, you can look more up online. I'm talking about the Chevy LS7 mainly, so You know, I don't want to go too much off topic, and you know, I think it's very sad to see the LS7 go. And yeah, I think I feel a tear coming to my eye. I'm not really gonna cry, but I think it really is sad to see all these great engines go, and just I really hope EVs are just as great as these iconic internal combustion engines. I really hope they are, because myself and many of you out there are gonna miss seeing fumes coming out of your exhaust and smelling your exhaust and smelling gas coming out of the pumps at the gas station. That can be a whole video in itself, and God, it's getting more depressing the more I talk about it. But anyway, that's probably going to be some type of video coming up at some point. There you go. So we even have a Hellcat being discontinued. What is going on? So I think that's going to wrap it up with this video. Hope you're interested in what I had to say, you know, even though it was a depressing topic. And yeah, so I really hate to see all these great Chevy engines go. So anyway, with that, well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on one of my informative videos or anything else I upload. And along with that, I'll see you next time.